rock star. You can find me in VIP, all eyes on me. Yeah, but it comes off. This is how your night should be. All eyes on me.
All eyes on the prize, money supersized. G5 super fly, should be supervised. Do or die, open up your eyes, head to the sky. Keep a mean bad mommy on the side. Make a tsunami, kamikaze on the mind. Spit flow, paparazzi flash shine. Get dough, champagne, Merlot. Cash and tango, in the VIP. Now she wanna touch her ankle. Get low, mueve mami como el dembow. All eyes on me, peeping through the window. Get mine, get yours, believe it or not. In the meantime, I'ma keep my eyes on the
All
top.
eyes on me, drinks on me, girls on me, on the dance floor. All eyes on me, who is he? Man, you better come get your girls out. All eyes on me, party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me, yeah, where the girls are. This is how your night should be.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ali Medad with a brand new installment of the ME Show, and I am super excited, super pumped, and super humble because today is a Father's Day edition of the show. We've never done this. Matter of fact, this has been talked about to be manifested since last year, and this is the very first time that we are dedicating a whole episode to fathers. Now, I have three gentlemen that are with me in the studio today, and I am super excited about not only their family, not only their incredible influencers in our actual families. And I'll be honest with you, I genuinely, positively, in the most loving way possible, envy the fact that they are who they are to the people that are in their lives. I wish that I have that treatment that they are representing to their children or growing kids at this point. And I am so honored, privileged, because these are family individuals. You probably have seen them in the past in many occasions. But for the very first time ever, I got Big Mike, a.k.a. Mike Thomas, a.k.a. Mike the Trainer. My guy, man, you are an incredible human being. You are an incredible father, an amazing trainer, making everybody get up and down that hill all the time, making everybody sit down and vomit even sometimes in a good, positive way. And, of course, we got with us the man that made the legend, my brother-in-law, truly, Ricky Harden, the father of the Versatile Bros, the creator of the Prodigy that is absolutely phenomenal to watch no matter what. Since day one, and I'll tell you guys a bunch of stories about this incredible human being. The best decision my sister has ever made is you. And I say it all the time. I tell her forever and ever, I'm glad it's him. And I'm so grateful that you've given me the opportunity to have you in here to make it on the record. And of course, the man behind a whole lot of people's success that always is in the backseat behind the scene. And that is actually Mr. Rick Harden, the father. He is the father of my brother-in-law. And sir, let me just tell you, first and foremost, behind your back and in front of you, every single person that sees you, they literally automatically put that label of like one of the best grandpas I've ever seen. Because of how you are with Mason and Bryson, and we'll obviously dig into that. Three different individuals with three different backgrounds, three different circumstances, whether there was phases of struggle, phases of hardships, but they figured out life and they figured out how to be the best versions of their parents. So first of all, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with me on the show. I know this is going to be probably one of the best interviews that I have ever had. So why don't we go ahead and kind of a quick round table, starting with you, Mr. Mike Thomas. Any opening remarks about, a little bit about your background for those who may not know you? You co-parent, and you are really good at maintaining such a friendship with your co-parents, and you are always and 100% dedicated for Michael Thomas III, the actual biggest noise right now in high school football. So tell us a little bit about yourself and, how it all started for you to kind of find yourself where you are today.
I would say it all started when my son was 5 years old. I had a vision. Me and his mom just always thought that he would be what he would be. And we always thought it to existence. And as far as just like him training since he was 5, and I always said that with him, the biggest thing is to give him an opportunity, give him a chance. So we gave him an opportunity and chance, and whatever moment came, he always seized it, never complained, worked. And here we are now.
Absolutely.
Trying to find a school for him. Division I, he has 22 Division I offers. He's going to go to school for free.
That's incredible. Well, you put a lot of work on that. I mean, it may look free for him, but there's a lot of prices that have been paid. And kudos to you as a father. Kudos to you as a man. And it shows, man. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. It takes somebody, and I love, and I'm going to come back to, you thought it into existence. That really, really genuinely, I'm appreciative of that. And I'm come back to that. My man, first and foremost, I apologize because I haven't done good enough of a job as a brother-in-law. I haven't seen you since December 3rd of 2023, and I got a lot to make up for that.
Yeah, both do.
No, I'll take responsibility. There's a lot that I had, no matter what needed to happen, but I appreciate you for, first and foremost, being who you are to my sister. That is a selfish, beautiful feeling that I have every single day. Especially coming from the background that I've come in, and the image of what marriage and parenting is for me, and even for her growing up. It wasn't what you are. So it's a gratitude and a bunch of miracles every single day. I'm like, I don't know how she scored him, but I am grateful, and I'm glad that it's you. She's probably giving me a look right now, but let's just all ignore it, right? But Ricky, I know you since back in college days. I know you since, Elizabeth. I know you since, the small time parties and connections and whatnot. Tell me a little bit about, where do you get your drive? No matter the circumstance, no matter the challenge, how did it all turn into you being so involved? Because no matter what, you're always there for the kids. And most parents would say, oh, you don't understand. It's hard for me to be able to do what Ricky is doing. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, that comes from the household. My pops, my mom is naturally instilled in you. So whether you think you're watching every move that they're making, even if you're not watching, it automatically is being built into you, you know what I'm saying? And then seeing what they went through and how they got me out of my situation of, living in the hood. They moved out here, made my life better, gave me a better circumstance. And then I met, the friends around me, and get back to Big Mike. Remember Lil Mike is older than my kids. So naturally, I wasn't thinking of nothing he's doing, but I'm naturally around him. So naturally it's going to be instilled in me. I see what he's doing. He's working. Lil Mike got that 5. They on the hills putting that work in. And I'm not thinking that like that. I'm just around it. So it's just like, all right.
By default, it kind of builds
exactly.
Up to you.
It's a natural thing to become. So now when I had my kids, it was like, all right, we're gonna put that work in, because we see what it does, And they was around Lil Mike. Mace was just watching. I never told him, let's work out. But he see Lil Mike putting work in with Big Mike, so
all of a sudden
naturally he wants to work. You know what I'm saying? and that's what it is. It's like like my little sister. She's born in Jersey. Is naturally a high school diploma is light. It's like, okay, you got a high school diploma, no problem. In the hood, that's like, oh, it's lit. You got a high school diploma? Over here, that's nothing. You get a car, that's nothing. In the hood, that's big time. Oh, you got a car? Oh, you went to college? How? Over here, that's what you're naturally supposed to do because of your habitat, what you're around. So that's basically, where I get my drive from, going to work every day, seeing my pops wake up, my mom going to work, everybody, you know what I mean? So
shout out to Mama Harden.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit on the couch. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I heard a quote this morning. It was Conor McGregor. He said, "Your lack of commitment to your dreams is an insult to those who believes in you," and that you absolutely honor that. So now we go to the man that made the legend. And when I say legend, I mean a legend. Your name is dropped amongst rappers, amongst athletes, amongst legends in whether in the basketball community, whether, your name is significant to many people, not from a clout standpoint, but just for what you have done for many people. And from what I understand, and enough of what I understand, it wasn't sunshine and rainbows coming up for you. It wasn't, the perfect element where it was a 9-to-5 job and the house was always there. I would love if you can dig, because I think you're going to steal a little bit of the thunder today. And I'm privileged to have you in here because you are the definition of no matter the circumstance, I'm going to make it my way. And you absolutely have done that. You have 2 grown kids who have established themselves. You have grandkids who are absolutely shining, and that is 100% a reflection on who you are as a person. I want to give you kudos for that, because I love my father and I love my stepfather, but you absolutely took the standards to a whole new level. Like, I mean, like I don't even know how to describe it, but my brother-in-law and I talk about you all the time. Like David, you know, I'm around him all the time. And that's all he keeps saying is like, man, best grandpa I've ever seen, best father I've ever seen. I've never seen somebody so committed to his family like he is. And you make some mean burgers and steaks, and you make me look bad every single time. So let's talk about, you know, your story. You know, where did this version as a father come from, especially from what I've heard in the past and circumstances that you've come up with? You don't see that normally, right? Usually you see a lot of distance, a lot of trauma, a lot of things. So tell us a little bit about how it began that it has gotten you in here.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, you know, I grew up in Coney Island, born and raised, grew up in Coney Island. And, growing up, like you said, the circumstances wasn't as it should have been for us. No, that's what every kid, not just me. I'm not making a pity party for me, but and then growing up, I was trying to figure out like how can I make it out of here. Like once I got to a certain age, I just knew I didn't want to grow up here, especially raising a family, because that's how I got caught up, just being around it. Not I had a great mother, great father, but the
being in the wrong place
caught me in, you know, pulled me in. And after that, I met my wife. But you know, I'm not going to get too much in detail about what I used to do, but it wasn't good. I would just put it like that. So once I got a little older, met my wife, we had Ricky. That's when
the moment of the mindset shift.
I said, something got to give, because I don't want the cycle to repeat itself.
Yeah.
So, you know, after a while, my wife and we moved out. We said, you know what, I don't want, that's one thing that was always instilled in me. I never wanted to live in a project on my own. Now, before I was there, it just wasn't by choice. So we moved to Queens. We had a house in Queens. We didn't own it, but we rented it. Stayed there for a little while, just for him, you know, because boys are different than girls.
Mm-hmm.
Boys get caught up in gangs and a lot of other stuff. So moved to Canarsie. That's when my daughter was born. Now Ricky's 9. My daughter was born. And I don't know what it is about girls that even lit an extra fire up.
Oh, I know, as a girl dad.
Oh my God, I got you. And then Ricky was like 9. I said, he's gonna start asking questions soon, you know. So and that's what happened. So we moved out to Jersey 2002. And the best thing I ever did. You know, I just sit back and I look now like at my kids. That's all I did it for. Me, I don't mind being out there. I really don't. But you know, I had to do what I had to do.
No, I totally get it. Yeah. And I again, so was it an easy A, decision, B, transition? Like you just like, all right, cool, we can move out.
Very easy.
Okay, and then as far as the new environment from where you were to where you moved into, was there any point that you were like, man, I hate it here, this is boring, this is not what I'm used to, and you kind of had to learn how to do things again? Or
not really. The only thing when I moved here was dealing with the racism.
Yeah,
that was my only issue. But I said I'm not gonna let nobody run me back. You just got to deal with it. And you know, as years go by, things get better. So, you know, we just fought through it, and you know, things are great.
And things did get better.
Things did get better.
Yeah.
You know, when I first moved here, it was a little rough. You know, even in school with my daughter and things like that, but it was all for the better, you know?
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I'm gonna go back to you, Big Mike. Usually when and I grew up in a divorce, circumstance, right? Like my parents did not get along. There was no co-parenting. There was like, who's gonna make whose life miserable? And the kids always would get caught into it, right? How do you figure out how to still, coexist with your with Junior's mom, with Mike the third mom, and still being so present without getting caught in any negativity? Like, what is it that someone in your position is to do? in order to maintain a good parenting circumstance, because that impacts the kid. And most people look at, I'm going to get at you, not do what's right for my kid's sake.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is to be successful, for your kid to be successful in situations like that. I think more so we can't be selfish. It's not about us.
Yeah.
It's about him. So like even now with school before, like it's not I'm going to do it. We're going to do it regardless together or not. But our plan is to make sure he succeeds. It's not neither one of us are selfish about it.
Yeah. And again, easy to hear. I lived, and what I believe my father loved me, I believe my mother loved me in their own ways, but they would put their beef before everybody else. So what is your advice to anybody who's in the same circumstance right now as a parent? And, you hear a lot of like, oh, my baby daddy, my baby mama is this and all that stereotype. How do you maintain the lack, like, or remove that ego, if you will, and just kind of put it all for your son?
What are you doing it for? And that's the most important part that people don't understand. That it's what are you doing it for? It's who you're doing it for. And a lot of people don't do it. They got to put your egos aside again, because once a kid sees two parents fighting, like my son's never seen me and his mother ever get into a confrontation. He never will. If we don't get along about something, we'll go to the side, talk about it or whatever. But if it's something dealing with him, we'll talk about it, talk it out, boom, and move on.
Yeah.
Can't dwell on it.
Yeah. Ricky, you're very calm and collected as a person as a whole. You're the, if I were to put Ricky on a meme, it'll be like, that's crazy. That's how we avoid every single, right? That's how we avoid it all the time. First of all, I know there's no perfect relationship. And as perfect as I think you are with my sister, that's what you wanted me to say this whole time, right? That you're perfect, that you're the best decision she's ever made, right? Yeah. Okay. How do you handle conflict where you, as Mike just mentioned, like, have you ever had a circumstance between you and Tima in a situation where it's like things are getting in an argument? Or I know my sister is the calmest, most beautiful, never screams, never gets aggravated person ever.
Yeah.
Just blink if you're in danger. So how do you handle that? How do you manage that on your own? Do you do the same exact thing, or do you find it sometimes challenging? Like, how does that work in your household?
But you kind of gotta adjust to the situation. So
That is such an ESPN answer, by the way. That is like he's like, she is right there, Ali. I don't know what you're asking.
yeah, you kind of just gotta adjust to the situation. If it ain't that deep, then you don't gotta make it deeper than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like if your wife is frustrated and you're frustrated, you kind of just gotta put it, as a man, put it into your lap, right? You could deal with it better than your wife can sometimes. So you take her frustrations and you put it on your lap because you can handle it better, right? So if I take my frustrations and put it on my wife's lap, she may not be able to handle what I can handle. So I'll take it in.
Yeah.
You know what? I got it. You get what I'm saying? It's like that's kind of how I take things. Like I could take way more than she can take.
Yeah.
So I'll take it. Let me get that. I put it on my lap, put it on my lap, put it on my lap. I'm good because I know if we ping pong it, you ain't gonna be able to ping pong it because I could take more than you can take. So I'll take everything that you can take in, and I'll deal with it because I could wake up the next day and be good, you know. And then we just talk it out and let it smooth over instead of me throwing something at you, you throw it at me, I throw it back at you, and now we just who gonna get the last laugh. I don't need the last laugh. I could whatever. You good?
Yeah.
You got it off your chest? Cool. Let's
keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
My son.
Well, and I do have, you know, we're probably gonna have to go on a quick break soon, but I want to go back to what you just stated. That's my son. So at what point did you find yourself investing that time to have that man conversation? And I'm not talking about the birds and the beats and hey, condom and all that. No, I'm talking about, which by the way, he didn't listen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm just saying he did not listen. I remember we were in the club one time and he's like, all of a sudden Ricky's extra friendly with me. And I'm like, he's always like keeping his distance. He's hugging me and he's like, I love you, bro. I'm like, he's either drunk or my sister is pregnant. One of the two. And then, a couple of weeks later, my sister's like, I got to tell you something. I'm like, knew it. But the point being, how did you, coming from where you come from, how did you embed those core values to make sure that he does not follow? Because sometimes we are subconsciously who we are, and we kind of say certain things, and we try to instill, the manhood in the man, right? So how did you find a balance to make sure that he is cultivating with your core values, with your belief system, without compromising, where he doesn't have to look for the bad, and say that I got to do certain things to prove to myself, to validate the man in me?
I think it was simple. Like he touched on it earlier. You just see it. So that's kind of how I base my marriage, me raising my kids. When you think about doing something that's ignorant or, like you said, arguing around the house, first thing pop in my mind is them. I don't want to be arguing around my kids. I don't want that bad vibe, So if they see me doing well, Dad never do this. That is only right. That he's gonna be like, it's not bad. And me and my wife been together 36 years, so it's got to be something good there.
Yeah.
And like you said, you do what you see. Most of the time, that's not for everybody, but and that's just it. Like, you can't talk that. They got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell him anything, but the way he see it, I'm more like you say, you see me getting from work, see me doing this and that, not arguing, just. It's not easy, but we just do what we do to make our family happy.
I relate to that. It goes back to the concept of do what as I do, not as I say, right? Like most people, like you find a lot of parents yell.
Yeah.
How do you? First of all, have you caught yourself at any point in your parenting where you're yelling at the kid and you're like, I got to stop doing that? Is that something that you dealt with? You're saying no, I don't. Okay. You yell as a parent at any point?
Sports wise more, but not parent.
Sports all day. Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah, you got to talk to them.
So, but I'm saying in the house, do misbehaving or anything like that. Are you the, hey, I said stop doing that kind of a parent? Or
I let the wife do it, but when it gets out of control, then I gotta step in, say my 3 words, and
I feel like Sebastian and Isabel, for my case, like when I have the low tone, like the deep voice, hey, give me the remotes, no TV, have a good night. It's like a message has already been established a lot more. I think sometimes it upsets my wife. Like, it's like you didn't do enough. I'm like, I don't gotta scream. I don't gotta yell. Yeah. So sport, I get it, but on a personal level,
never.
Some parents think that, I've seen a lot of parents, they yell. They think that infuses authority over the child. I think that does a lot of damage.
Depending on who the kid is.
It's about the kid. Yeah.
My nephew, oh no.
You got to bark on him.
Nah, he's different. I talk to him.
Yeah, it's about the kid. Like you have to.
There's a different tone with the nephew.
Yeah,
he thinks he's an adult. So
I see.
Stand down.
I hear you now. Hey, we're gonna take a little break, and when we do come back, I want to talk about the impact of opportunity or lack thereof in your parenting, because I know that we come from different backgrounds and different opportunities were, or maybe we're not there. So I definitely want to dig into that, and I'm pretty sure we can have a fun conversation in there. We'll be right back.
Welcome to I Am Velocity, the innovative learning management system designed with seamless blockchain integration. I Am Velocity supports coaches, affiliates, creators, and Velocity members in launching, building, and expanding their businesses or focusing on personal and mindset growth. With the backing of our project team and Founders Advisory Board, who bring over 300 years of combined experience in travel, business, blockchain, and smart contracts, Velocity Global offers an unparalleled educational experience. Whether you're looking to develop personally or professionally, I Am Velocity is your space to learn and thrive. And the best part is you can get started with as little as $50 one time in BNB. Explore our key features and LMS with unlimited courses in multiple languages, available to purchase via smart contract. Plus, our 2-tier affiliate model ensures that every student can get paid for their referrals, leveraging blockchain technology. I Am Velocity is the perfect choice for online entrepreneurs and anyone looking for a simple way to start an online business and get paid instantly. Get $34 per student and up to 12% matching checks for your mentees. What makes I Am Velocity even better? It's an a la carte course platform that lets you pick the courses that are right for you without forcing irrelevant content. Get back to the person who shared this video with you and get started today.
Today's episode is brought to you by Versatile Bros. These two kids are the prodigies that we've been talking about. Mason and Bryson Harden are absolutely making a whole lot of noise, where NBA players are sending them a whole lot of love. People from across the country are showing a whole lot of love. And if you don't follow Versatile Bros in all social media, you definitely want to. You will have your mouth open the whole time saying, I can't believe I am watching what I'm watching. And as Uncle Ali, man, I am so happy and grateful for the parents that they have. Uncle Mike and Mr. Harden right here for cultivating everything that you are seeing. And of course, shout out to Mama Harden, aka Tima Harden, for all that you do. It is not unseen. Okay, let's get into the conversation that I think it's time to hop on. In this country, if you have an opportunity, you can turn it into whatever you want. And for the most part, from the many conversations that we've had, when you don't have opportunity, you end up making bad decisions. And I definitely want to come to you, Rick, is talk to me about the lack of opportunity or the opportunity, bad choices. Which was it for you that you ended up part of that environment? And how did you seek different opportunities? Was it easier to make a bad decision versus working extra hard? And obviously recently you just retired. Congratulations for an amazing career. So talk to us a little bit about opportunity and how it makes parenting a little bit better, or do you have to create your own?
Well, back then you had to create your own. I mean, to be honest, it's like Rick spoke earlier, back in the days you get a high school diploma, even till this day, like if you live in New York, Brooklyn area, things like that, you get a high school diploma. It's like the big thing. But I graduated high school, still nothing. Just like, how many job applications I put in and waiting on it. And then when you get a good interview and they say, oh, like they really like you, and you get excited and nothing comes through. So I did that so
it's
many
like you
times.
Tasted the sample of the chocolate, but you never got the box.
Yes. So that's when it was all bets off. I had to do what I had to do at that time, And it's not a good thing, but I had a very good one.
This is the moment right here. This is what I've been waiting for. Go on, give it to me. We gotta go on. Take your time, Mr. Harden. One time, let's go.
I had a very good run at it. Like, never been in jail, never been shot, never shot nobody. Living where I live, for me to be right here, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Because I was really out there. And
you mean where you were growing up? Yeah.
Brooklyn, Coney Island area. I live in one of the toughest projects in Coney Island. So I'm just happy to be here. And like once I flipped that, because I always had the hustler mentality. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I say, if you could do that, you could do anything. But it just wasn't that easy. Easier said than done. So now in 2001 is where everything really changed for me. That's when I finally got a job that's really paying something I could provide for a family.
That's after Ricky was born.
Yes, right. Of course. Yeah. Because like I said, Ricky was like 9. Yeah, something like that. So yeah. Like 9. So I was like, this would give me a chance to really dig deep and do what I always wanted to do. Now that I'm good on paper, I don't have no record. Everything was just going so good. So I had to make that opportunity. I had to turn it the right way so Rick don't get caught up in what I got caught up in.
Yeah, because he'll say this is the norm. This is what I'm supposed to do.
Like I said, when you're around it, like I didn't have bad parents, but I was just in that environment. just thankful to be here, man. And like I said, once I got in, we moved out, everything was great. As years passed, like because college is not for everybody. It's not like everybody.
And the truth of the matter is that nowadays, unless you have athleticism,
yeah, exactly.
it's really like, do I really need it? And I can tell you from my career, most of the companies or the individuals that hire us to counsel and consult them, they all have the 4-year degrees, and they're like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it. I'm like, I don't got a 4 degree in that, but you're paying me to help you. Yeah, so I get it.
A lot of people that got degrees, still no job.
Yeah.
Even until this day.
No, I get it.
was happy for me to get in a position where when I got in a union, then years later, Ricky got in. Actually, he's been in like 3 unions. That's unheard of.
Well, when you say unheard of, what do you mean?
It's hard to get in one union. He's been in 3.
Okay, so let's dig into that. Like, it's not like just something that you can apply for and pay towards and be part of. There's an actual.
No. There's actually, back in the days, it used to be like you just grandfathered and your uncle could pull you in.
So nepotism.
Yes, basically. But then they changed it. I don't know exactly what year, but then they had to bring more minorities in. So that's where the opportunity came. Now they're giving it.
So now that's where opportunity is now versus the way it was
yes,
before.
back in the day. So,
okay.
First he was in a carpenters union. Like sometimes it's a word of mouth. You're on the job site. Oh, laborers hiring, carpenters hiring, Steve for this hiring, whoever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah. I said Ricky down there. I'll never forget that I dropped them off. I mean, the line was about 4 blocks long. So that's how much.
To have an opportunity to be part of the union.
And you're not even guaranteed it, but to stand out there. And I just felt so good that he was willing, And then when they called him, him and Tima came to my house. I mean, he was like crying. Like, Dad, they called me. I'm in. Like, he was really crying.
This is a moment. Hey, do me a favor. Make sure it's dual screen. I want him in here while we hear that he was crying. Yeah, just like that. That's like that. I want both cameras there.
Like, they called me because I told them because it's a process and I know the process. I said, all right, you did this. They call you for the interview. I said, if they call you one more time, that means you're in. So they did that. Then he was in. He was in the carpenters for a year, and it's crazy. This is how life is. Me and this guy wound up working on the same site. Not me pulling no plugs or nothing. He said, Dad, I'll go to this new job. It's on Metropolitan Avenue. That's where I'm working at. Well, he was a carpenter. Right? You remember that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. I'm telling you, out of nowhere, out of all the places in New York City.
There's a million jobs.
Like, yeah.
Stand like you.
I mean, New York, it's always construction in every building.
Working the 5 boroughs, so stand out.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the odds that one moment,
randomly,
one job?
Yeah, one job.
How long was the job? Like how many days were you guys working together?
Every day.
Yeah, it was a couple months, right?
Oh, a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. Yeah. And then like I said, then he got, well, anytime I get information, because I want him to better. Carpenters is cool, but I'm like, yo, I want him to be in my union. So he put an application.
And your union focuses on
iron worker.
Iron
yeah.
worker.
So then he got in that. I'm like, dang, this kid is lucky. Get in.
Lucky or good?
No, it's luck. Yeah, it's
luck. You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pull plugs with that.
Yeah.
You just gotta be luck. That's all luck. Yeah.
Interesting.
So once you get in, then like once he got in, then I made some phone calls. I want him with me. He came with me. He was with me for about a year.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
What was the impact working with Pops?
Oh, it was good. It was fun. It wasn't nothing.
Was it at any point like annoying, like in a sense? And I mean that with love and respect, as in like, man, he's being my dad at work, like telling me what to do. Like, let me find my own thing.
Nah, they all helped me because there's a difference. Like I used to sleep till 1 p.m. Now waking up 4 in the morning. There's a whole different mindset. So it's like I'm in the basement, he knocking, yo, you up? I'm like, yeah, I go back to sleep. Yo, we out. Oh, you up? Yeah, I'm up. Now I'm thinking like I'm up. I'm getting crazy.
Yeah.
Get my clothes on, whatever, you know what I mean? But if it wasn't for that, it'd have been a little rough, until you get that first paycheck. Then you're like, all right, nah, I gotta be up.
So working side by side, obviously, kind of.
And when it's, now that I'm a parent now, when it's your child, you're gonna give him you're gonna show him everything, the best of the best, right? So when you just, it's like training somebody. That he's training somebody on the job. It's like being a trainer. Like Mike, yeah, he train other kids, yes, but when it's his own, you train them differently.
Yeah, no, I get.
You
I get
put
that
more.
Part. Yeah,
You're gonna give in depth, and you're not gonna take no slack.
Yeah, no, I get that
You know what I'm
part.
saying? So that's the work wise. I knew I would be the best laughter that I can be if I was under his wing, because he wasn't gonna let me be nothing less than what he was.
The reason I was asking, I was trying to identify: is it talent plus luck, or is it just pure luck? Because
As far as getting in,
yeah,
it's all luck. It's
so you're telling me there are knuckleheads that don't belong there who are there just because of luck?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's a million of them. Yeah, it's a million of them.
Interesting. Yeah.
They pull you in, you don't know nothing.
So, but it wasn't the case back in the day, right? The opportunity is more now than it was back then. Do you think Ricky would be where he is if the opportunity that you've mentioned, you know, as far as you got to hire more minorities, do you think he would have been able to make it in and have the opportunities that he's had?
I was just saying, if
Well, you've mentioned that the unions had to start hiring more minorities.
no.
So you
That
think
was before
regardless, so his that I know that,
Yeah.
but if that wasn't the case
Mhm.
today,
Yeah.
he would, regardless of his talent, he probably wouldn't. His chances of making it in union are absolutely slim to none.
I wouldn't even been in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Big Mike, talking about opportunity, you played. I mean, I've seen some videos of you back in the day. You played college football as well.
Played high school, college, semi-pro, arena.
Cool. And do you think that gave you some opportunities to develop as a parent and, of course, as a coach? Or was it like, nah, bro, like I had to do my own thing to create my own lane?
Well, I never was really into like the training or coaching thing. Rick told me to do it. He was like, "Oh, you train your son. You're really good at what you do. You should do it." So I ended up getting me a little job, and I used to be like, this little 9 to 5 ain't working. This little getting up at 5 in the morning ain't working, and having bad bosses. So I was like, you know what? I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna open up my own brand, my own business. Didn't train.
And I believe in your brand, right? I have this habit of supporting family 100%, right? Sometimes you tag me, sometimes you don't, and algorithms play tricks on me and you. Whenever you're something, I'm like, I gotta share it. And I gotta say, man, kudos to you for what you're doing, how you're doing it, because it's rare to see somebody as committed. Like it's one thing to be the coach. You're behind the scene. I'm focus on what I focus on, but you actually take the time and work hard with limited or unlimited resources to create what you've done with your son. And again, that's rare to see. Let me ask that both of you: how has your friendship with one another impact you both as parents? Like, do you feel you too? How has your friendship impact you as parents? Because you kind of piggyback off of one another. You see each other as parents. You probably advise him on the kids. Do you catch yourselves like, talking about parenting? Do you advise one another? I know earlier you mentioned you kind of picked up some of the things as far as raising athletes.
I wouldn't say, I don't say we really talk about it. I mean, we just talk about like how just mostly like just protecting your kid.
Tell me more. When you say protecting
from the world, because like I said, it's like, you gotta realize, like Mace just turned 9. So right now he is the next big thing. But the biggest thing is right now for him is just being protected by his family. We all could love him or whatever, but he's 9. People don't realize he's 9. So he's gonna take the bumps, the bruises, the people talking bad, the people not cheering for him, the people thinking that he is not what he is. But you got to take it to the chin, and that's only just going to make him better. But I say, like the talks that we talk, we always talk past tense. Like we talk about what's going to happen. Like we believe in what's going to happen. Like we believe that Mace is going to take that step. He's going to get ranked. Like we always have these talks. We talk. What about Mike? He said it. Oh, Mike's going to be ranked by this, and never lied. Said it. Like I said, we always speak into existence and believe in it.
Have you ever had a moment where you check him as a parent, like, oh, but like you don't want to do it that way? Like, do you guys find yourselves giving each other advice? Not checking.
I don't even think, to tell you the truth, as long as we know each other, I don't think we have ever had an argument.
Yeah, it's like I said,
Has
It's
Ricky ever hit you with that's crazy? You never,
All the
you're not
time.
even that.
No, I'm telling you, we've never had an argument. I mean, I don't say we disagree. Like we'll talk and we're like, oh, but then it's like it's an understanding.
We'll figure it out. Like I said, it's a natural habitat. So I'll tell him something. I love Mike. I'm like, yo, you know, he doing this, he doing that. Be ready for the haters. And he wouldn't see it. I hear you, Rick. Listen, Mike he's getting to another level. I'm talking about when Mike was 6, 7 years old. He's getting to another level. Just give it a year or two. I don't know. Next thing you know, the haters come flying in.
And the fake love. I think the fake love is,
and that's what I always tell. I said the fake love is gonna be different.
Yeah.
The people that's telling you, I'm about to pull up to a game and never pull up to a game. But as soon as you post something, yo, nephew, and that's Neff. You know what I'm saying? I tell them all the time. Now that's nephew. Okay, cool.
You're gonna have also a lot of I think, you know, a lot of people who are gonna show up out of nowhere, try to eat out of your plate without bringing an appetizer.
And that's things that I tell them about. These are conversations that we have all the time.
That's
like,
that's crazy conversation.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Like just be careful. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And I said you got to remember he's ahead of the pack, so he's setting the tone for everybody else.
You actually are, bro. Like, you know, I don't even know if you realize what you're doing right now.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know.
It's I remember the first time that for me, right? Like, you know, as an outsider looking in, the first time your son had, I think, the record pictures with the throne, you know, and like the high end quality, and you could see a high school developing into a collegiate athlete, and you're like, yeah, I can see like a potential, like this is a marketable brand that I'm seeing right now. You know how many people are like, yo, we're about to eat. Yeah. Our nephew is about to, you know what I mean? Like you said, Neff.
Yeah, Neff.
So that fake love is, for me, it scares me more than the actual hater. Like a hater, you are actually identifying yourself. You're letting me know, like, I don't like you. Like, that's cool. All right, cool. I'm not even gonna put it. But it's you know, was it DMX who said trust a snake when he tells you he's a snake?
Yeah.
You know?
Let a snake be a snake.
But but the biggest thing I always say is like, even when I train kids and like kids that are really good, and not just Mace or Bryce or whatever, the biggest thing I tell people is when your kid is successful, you have to protect them by all means. You have to.
Well, all right. So give me a couple of examples. When you say protect them, mindset, documents.
I mean, I'm saying protect them from the outside world. These people, like some of these people are cruel. I mean, they'll be like, "Oh, well, this kid sucks. He ain't really that. He ain't training with it." Like, it get like that, and you got to realize, like, again, I'm gonna use Mace. Mace is 8, 9 years old. How is he going to respond to that? He doesn't know any better. That the first thing, but who's going to protect him? You got mom, dad, you got his grandparents. That's why I say is when you have a kid that's successful, you have to protect. It's an evil world. Because if you fall into the trap, then it's going to feel like maybe this sport is not for me. Maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe.
I know you've had some situations where Michael got some hate or targeted circumstances, whether from the stands or some cases coaches.
I mean, tell you truth.
How do you handle that?
I mean, other players.
It's other players.
Other players from his team.
I mean, yes, but the biggest thing is, like, the one thing I can say about my son is like, he's humble. You could ask him.
I've never seen him say anything negative on any platform. Never, you know, kids go on social media and write a story like, you know.
But I always tell them, save that for me. I got you. Like, I've been to games where they say, oh, this kid ain't this and this kid ain't that. But Mike is more, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying is like with these younger kids that don't have that like that strong backbone yet, it can make them or break them because it can make you really think that do I really want to do this?
Do you let him be on social media?
I mean, he has social media, but if you go on his page, he's only got 3 pictures on it.
No, I get it. Does he scroll? Is he like, you know, scrolling all the time and looking at things, or he's not? Media. Okay. Is that a good thing from your perspective that you're glad that he's not really bought into it, or?
But I think he's more so of seeing how it could ruin him, because a lot of social media scholarships get taken away
because of the behavior that the kids.
These college coaches have every insight on these kids' social media when you think they're not looking.
No, I get it.
So that's a big way. It's like, you know, oh, this kid could be superstar, blah, blah, blah. But his social media, he got bandanas on. He got this on. So what are we really promoting?
Yeah.
Yeah, social media is definitely the key. And you kind of got to keep them away from it.
Your boys both have cell phones.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? Are they allowed in, like, are they on TikTok? Are they on any social media platforms?
Nah.
I'm growing into the idea of letting my older Sebastian to, he keeps asking all the time. Like,
Nah. Mace don't even know what his page look like.
No, I same thing for the kids.
So you don't let them see that, because once they start seeing that, and if he starts seeing his followers, he gonna think, oh, I'm
dopamine.
Yeah, dopamine. So now, and you keep chasing the high. You're gonna get high for so long. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep chasing that high, this, that, and the third. Now you start watching everybody else. You stay on that pedestal. Nah, you're gonna stay level-headed. Stay like this the whole way through. Don't worry about nothing that's going on. And that's the same thing that LeBron did with his son, Bronny. He didn't give him his space until he was a senior in high school. So as he gave him Instagram, he had 7 million followers.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
Everything, boom. But if he would have gave Bronny Instagram,
probably would have
been
a
freshman,
lot of bad decisions. Yeah,
it would have killed.
It only takes one bad post to ruin your.
Not
even that. Now you're looking at all the comments.
But it's comments, but it's also is, say we in full room. I was like, you know what? I'm sitting here like this, and I record. It's something that
no, I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
You're too young.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you're too young.
Especially nowadays, man. Kids,
Everybody recording.
but kids are not what they used to be, like in terms of how to operate. You didn't have social media issues growing up because it wasn't really a thing when Ricky was growing up. At one point, what do you think from your perspective about social media and how kids are developed right now? Every kid right now is developed with a cell phone. They're not developed by conversations.
I mean, I wish I had it when I came up.
Yeah, that definitely would.
It would have helped for
That
sure.
would help.
Social media today, this
Use it
world,
for,
is social media. I would say, like I said, I'm older than him, but kids are getting scholarships, offers, or whatever, all
Because of their
have-
social media following.
when I played. Oh, can you send me a VCR tape?
Yeah.
For you children who are all over the world, a VCR tape was the
VCR.
thing that you
That's what I tell you. I'd have went viral a couple times.
Yeah, trust
Yeah, I went viral a couple
me.
times. I had a couple big moments that just when we
and
you know how-
sometimes it's all you need. That
All you
little,
need is
that,
one
that-
moment.
that one viral moment.
That's
Yeah.
all you need. Then they come
Yeah.
check you out.
And what's happening? I mean, discrimination. I might not like. That's right. This is all editable. You know what I mean? You can fill a brother up with another glass.
And another thing about the social media, the biggest thing I say like right now is because I've been actually talking to the team about it. Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter's the hit.
Twitter. Wait, when you say the hit, good or bad?
Good.
Mhm.
Bro, do you understand? X now allows porn. I don't even stay in it. Like,
Well, I think that's just.
no, like it's approved. They just you scroll right now. It's like,
Yeah, but I mean, it comes to a point where like
It's about sports wise. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying sports wise, but I'm saying like my son's Twitter, me and his mom run it. That's like Mason them, they run it. So,
Yeah,
but
so-
I'm saying Twitter is the biggest thing as far as
is it because that's where scouts are?
everything.
social media where is that?
Yeah, period.
Yeah, like you're gonna get now. You don't have to chase. You don't got to chase the coaches. You post something, like I said.
I want to ask you a question
Yeah.
specifically, basketball wise. You got like one of the sweetest shots. You actually had incredible potential. What do you think is different from where you were coming up versus where Mason is right now? Like, where, if social media, as you mentioned right now, and the support system and everything that you're seeing, the recipe that you're seeing right now for Mason, had you had the same exact recipe, what do you think would have happened with you in your basketball career?
I'd have been way further for sure. I guarantee you that. But we didn't have the resources that we have now.
What do you mean specifically? What resources we're missing?
Trainers and all this other stuff. I went outside. We went outside. We
You just
played.
grabbed the ball and tried your very best.
We went on the block. We played 21. We played 1-on-1. We saw hot sauce play. We went outside, tried that. We stayed bro day. We did our own thing. Now it's like, and I talked to Mace, shooting coach, my man B Pat, and I'm like, he looks at me every day. He's like, bro, can you imagine if we had this? Somebody really teaching you how to shoot and understanding the techniques. Now I can shoot, but I taught myself how to shoot.
Mhm.
At a point, I couldn't shoot. I was all hands.
Meaning, if you had a mentor that actually would have shrunk that learning curve and then make you so much better.
There's so many trainers nowadays that it's hard to fail. That's why the kids nowadays are so much better. That's why you got 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds. You're looking like, wow, they doing all that? Yeah, because the resources. You go on YouTube and look at anything you need to know.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it wasn't like that.
The other thing, you do have a song that you've recorded with auto-tune, and I have it ready tonight.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
No, I'm messing with you. It is a fact, though. He does have a song. I'll never forget that song. If I can find it, bro, I was
It will be. That's me and my man E. We had a Vine video. No, we had a YouTube video that went at the time before YouTube was YouTube. And it ran for 120,000 views.
Equivalent views back before.
This is 18 years ago. We talking about
that's crazy.
120,000.
Wait, hold on. Wow. That's crazy.
That's cool. And then we had some Vine videos, but we used to just play around with it. But we didn't think you could get paid the way you get paid. And we would have known that, it would have been different.
You had a one Instagram video that went in millions of views. Was it Steve Urkel?
Yeah, it was Steve Urkel. Yeah.
You didn't have a creator account because you would have got paid for that.
Yeah, I got paid for that.
I told you.
Everybody told me. Like, you got money for that? I said, nah. I didn't know it was gonna blow like that. It just blew.
We just did. Yeah, exactly.
It just blew.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
kind of the heat of the moment type of thing.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we're going to take one last break. And then when we do come back, I want to talk about the future, your visions as a parent for your children. And, of course, I'm going to dig a little bit more into your vision for your son, and what that actually means. You guys are going to make me very, very jealous in a good way. We'll be right back.
Welcome to I Am Velocity, the innovative learning management system designed with seamless blockchain integration. I Am Velocity supports coaches, affiliates, creators, and Velocity members in launching, building, and expanding their businesses or focusing on personal and mindset growth. With the backing of our project team and Founders Advisory Board, who bring over 300 years of combined experience in travel, business, blockchain, and smart contracts, Velocity Global offers an unparalleled educational experience. Whether you're looking to develop personally or professionally, I Am Velocity is your space to learn and thrive, and the best part is you can get started with as little as $50 one time in BNB. Explore our key features and LMS with unlimited courses in multiple languages, available to purchase via smart contract. Plus, our 2-tier affiliate model ensures that every student can get paid for their referrals, leveraging blockchain technology. I Am Velocity is the perfect choice for online entrepreneurs and anyone looking for a simple way to start an online business and get paid instantly. Get $34 per student and up to 12% matching checks for your mentees. What makes I Am Velocity even better? It's an a la carte course platform that lets you pick the courses that are right for you without forcing irrelevant content. Get back to the person who shared this video with you and get started today.
Hey everybody, I'll leave it that. We back in here. Your strategic partner, and we are the ME Show. My goodness, we are having an incredible conversation. I'm picking up a whole lot of nuggets, and I hope that you are as well. If you are just joining us late, we got the man amid the legend himself, Rick Harden, and of course, on the other side, we have the two incredible Ricky Harden, and of course, Mike the trainer, aka Mike Thomas Jr., aka Big Mike. All right, so let's hop into. You're loving that. Like I gotta. You're loving that. I gotta do the AKAs. They just got one name. You got three. All right. Hey, so let's we've covered a lot so far, and I genuinely appreciate you guys being genuine with your time. Let's talk about your vision now. So we talked about where it all started, how it began, where it came from. We talked about the right now, the opportunities, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the future. Let me start with you, Ricky. What do you envision for the Versatile Bros? Athleticism or not? Where do you see your kids? We talked a lot about thinking things into, this is going to be a moment that we're going to look at in 10 years from now. I'm like, that's crazy. You said it 10 years ago. So what do you envision for the boys?
The vision is, obviously, if you get to the league, get to the league. But my main thing is let's get to college for free. That's like why have that on your plate when you don't have to have it on your plate? You know, you work so hard, get there for free. And once you get there, if you understand the circumstances and be like, you know what? I might not have the height to make it to the league. I might circumstances, you know how life is. But now you go to college for free, you can still make a lot of money. You become a lawyer, doctor, whatever you want to be, but invest in it. You know what I mean? But use the ball as a tool to get what you want to get in the real world.
Yeah.
You know. But the ultimate goal is it'll be even like for Bryce. Bryce loves basketball, but I'm gonna feed him football, baseball, whatever he want to do, and whatever he loves, we're gonna go to the max.
You think he's going to lean more towards football than basketball?
I think he'll lean to basketball because of Mace, but I'm gonna introduce him to everything the same way I did with
And
Mace.
see whatever he picks up.
Everything. You don't just show them one sport. You show them what they love. You know, it's not about what I love. It's about what they love.
Yeah.
Because if I love it and they don't love it, now we pulling strings.
Yeah.
When you love it, it's easy to do.
I do appreciate the fact that you're not making it about, some parents are trying to live their dreams through their children, right? Like they make it about the league. Oh, now we're going to go all the way to the NBA because you're seeing yourself like I can make up what I wanted for me through my child, right? And I'm pretty sure you guys see it all the time, especially in sports where you have parents who are looking at their kid who has no business to be in sports at all. And they're like, come on, Johnny, you got to do this, Johnny. Like, Johnny's got to do something else.
Johnny don't want to do that. Johnny want to chill.
And I'll tell you this, I learned this and I love Sebastian to death. Sebastian, when you watch this when you're growing up, right? Sebastian is a solo act. He doesn't do team sports, right? Like we tried the soccer thing and he showed a little bit of potential. And then all of a sudden he's like telling the other kids where to stand and what to do. I'm like, yeah, you are not a team guy. He's like, you're supposed to stay there. I'm like, okay, all right, chill out. You're trying to do something that is not part of this game, right? He did good with martial arts, and I realized I'm like, yeah, he's a solo act. That's his thing. So I don't push him anymore. Like I ask him all the time. Like, school had the tryouts for soccer. I'm like, hey, you want to? He's like, no, Papa, it's too hot for me. I'm like, that is a bullshit excuse, but all right, I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fact that you're not making it about your dream of my son in the NBA, but you made it about I just want him to be successful at whatever.
That's it.
And the league is the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. All right. Big Mike, what is your vision for, because he's the closest to what, like some people, you're like, I don't want to get my hopes high, but I really want to envision the greatest possible outcome. What is your vision for your son?
I mean, I do want him to go to the NFL, but I said, like, the biggest thing right now is he has a chance to do something in my family that's really never been done. Like,
such as
going to a Division I school for free. Like, nobody has to pay a dime. I mean, I was talented. My brothers were talented. But none of us, finished the job. So the one thing he said is, regardless if he goes to the NFL or not, whatever school he goes to, he promised his mother that he's going to finish with a degree. And he wants to go to school for, I think, business, whatever business is something. But he said it, if I don't make it, I want to, I want to help kids. I want to own my own business. I want to do this. So
that's amazing. And kudos to him for having that mindset. And again, I will say what I said to you at the beginning. The apple does not fall too far from the tree. It takes someone to cultivate that in a child, in a young man now, in your case, right? So kudos to that. Pop-ups, as Mason and Bryson would call you. What is your vision as a grandparent? Because you got a whole lot more wisdom than all of us combined in here. You've seen life. You've experienced life. What is your vision for Mason and Bryson? And if you could, for this man as well, on his next phase as an adult, what are you thinking?
I don't know, for Rick, really, he's on the top already. Like, he got a beautiful wife.
Hey, you know what I mean? Gave it right back to you.
Got two beautiful kids, which is my grandkids. And I'm just so happy just for that alone. Even you guys, like when I met the whole family.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not, it's kind of unheard of. Like where everybody gets along. So I'm just happy with it.
Usually there's the politics and the drama between.
So, he's in a great position. Ain't nothing more to ask.
Yeah.
Making great money and taking care of his family.
Thank God.
Staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else I got.
It's not even staying out of trouble. Not nowhere near trouble.
Yeah, nowhere near trouble. That's never
Like somebody who stays out of trouble is like you're in a bad spot and you're
don't do that
avoiding.
again. Yeah.
Like he's actually, thank God, man. I mean, he checked off every single list. I'm trying to give it back to you. He's the greatest that's ever
Appreciate
been. You know, there's no one like him. You know, right? Oh my God! If you could see her face right now.
I hit you with
As
that.
far
That's
as-
crazy.
Let's go to Mason Bryce.
As far as Mason Bryce, you know, we just out here. I'm just following the league. I'm like the backup parents. When they can't make it, we there, regardless of what's going on. I'm telling you, there's never been a time where I'm like, no. Oh, you can bring Mason to practice. Oh, you can pick up Bryce from school. I'm just there constantly because I know it's a lot. You know, so I'm just there just trying to make things a little less easier for them, you know. And it's crazy the other day, like Mason, I'm telling you, he's special. I'm not saying it just because that's my grandchild.
Oh, we can all agree on that.
But
That kid is special.
and he's gonna go far, you know, like you say. Of course, everybody want to go to the NBA, but college is the goal. And right now, he's in a great situation, you know, great team, great coach. I mean, basically, best coach I ever seen. And that's with my son and my daughter playing.
Yeah. Coach Battle, shout out to Coach
all
Battle.
over the place. Yeah, shout out to Coach Battle. I mean, he's
Yeah.
right there.
One of them ones.
And the other day, like Bryce, you know, Bryce is on the bench at every game. The other day, he came to me and
Those videos are comedy,
It's
by the
not-
way, when he's mic'd up.
he said, "You know what, Papa? I just might be a coach." I'm like, and I'm like, okay, you know,
Whatever
we
you
don't
wanna
want them
do.
to do nothing, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just love it. I just love being around them. It just makes. I think I'm gonna live longer just because of them.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are, this is the epitome of what you would want out of a father and a grandfather. I genuinely believe it. I appreciate you. You have no idea. And I mean it with respect. I mean it with love. No, like literally, jokes aside. You are genuinely every father and grandfather that everybody wishes to have. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Appreciate it.
My wife and I say it all the time. My brother-in-law say it all the time. And it means the world. It really, really means a lot to see, you know, someone who you don't have to, you know,
Yeah.
most parents / grandparents, right? They have to help. They have to assist. They have to, like, I gotta go help, right? You actually want to be there. No,
Yeah.
genuinely, I mean
Yeah,
that
know.
from the
Yeah,
bottom of my heart.
absolutely right. Yeah.
And kudos to you, you know, as a man for doing that. If the boys were watching right now, Mason and Bryson, what is your message to them? This is 25 years from now. They're watching this video. What do you want them to hear from you directly?
Just be great, you know, do what you want to do. Don't let anybody force you to do anything. And I'm gonna be proud of you regardless of win or lose, whatever you decide to do, just give it your all.
I like that. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Mm.
What do you want to tell Mason Bryce? What is your message to the boys now or in 10 years from now, in 25 years? What would you want them to know directly from you where you are right now?
Whether right now, 10 years from now, I will always say, give it your all, right? Because life ain't. I'm about to get emotional, but
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
life ain't guaranteed, right? You could be gone tomorrow. You could be whatever you want to be, and would you hit me with that? That could be. I mean, you could never in life. I may not be here in 10 years, right? And I'm not saying that in a negative note. I'm just saying
Life could happen.
life could happen. And for my kids, I want y'all to know that keep thriving. And I'm gonna instill that into y'all. You know, my pops is still here, but I work on the construction site, and it's the most dangerous job in New York City, right? So the other day I was on a lift, and I could have fell off. I didn't tell nobody this, but if I was to keep thriving, I'm gonna put whatever I gotta put into y'all. I love y'all to death. And my plan is to always be here. But if I'm not, look back on this video And I love y'all to death.
Word up.
That's it. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
One time.
That's it. One
Cheers.
time. You know.
You're not going to make me edit this part. Just letting you know. The contract has been signed.
You ain't got to edit nothing for my kids, man. I love them.
I already know.
You
I
know
already
that.
know. 100%. Big
Yeah.
Mike, I know you are the closest to seeing something special happen for this young man. He is on the verge of his next phase of greatness. What is your message for him right now? And of course, in his future?
Just keep reaching for the stars.
All day, baby.
Don't
You good? You
Okay.
good, man.
Yeah.
You good?
You good?
This is
Yeah.
what it's about. This is the moment you celebrate, bro.
Mhm.
I know it hasn't been easy. I know it's been a lot of sacrifice. It's been a lot of cold nights all alone,
Yeah.
all the time. But
know it.
this is what it's all
Right
about.
there, Mike. You bought him.
You there?
Bought him there.
You're already there.
Straight up.
You're already there, baby. We good.
my
You
thing
good?
is just keep reaching for the stars, and my biggest thing is that I just wish that my dad could see him.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's here.
You know, I lost my dad when I was 13, and my mom, she raised 3 boys all by herself, and I just wish my grandfather could see him.
Yeah.
Well, my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I know he'd be proud of him, and I just appreciate all the support that everybody does for him.
Always love, baby.
I need a tissue.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, listen.
Still, we slide with that.
A 2 for 2 for me tonight,
Yeah.
you know?
You know what's crazy too?
Yeah.
Because most of Richie's friends, every time I come over, it's like I feel like a father figure to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes me and Mike have to deep
Oh,
conversations.
Can I make a
They come
confession?
over.
Can I make a confession? You've been a father figure to all of us since the day we met you. You know, the reason we've had the deep conversations we've had many times, it's not because, you know, the liquor feels good and the pool is nice. No, it's because you represent that for everybody. And I appreciate you personally because there's a void. You know, Timo was too young. Hassan was too young. You know, there's a moment that a 13-plus-year-old needs from a father, and we didn't have that. That was robbed out of us. So I appreciate you. You know, whenever we have conversations off mic, off camera, right?
Yeah, of course.
You fill in that little void, and I appreciate you for that more than you can imagine. It's incredible what the impact of that father figure. But go on, finish your thought.
Man, that was it.
You said I'm great. We good. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I think it's worth leaving it on a high note. I am very, very happy and grateful that I had the opportunity to have these gentlemen share their heart, soul, their ambitions, their everything that they represent. And you know, this is a Father's Day special, and I could not have had respectfully, with love, to my dad and my stepdad, I couldn't have had better men who have gone through a whole lot and challenges and obstacles and issues, and I figured it out somehow, some way for their children. And I'm learning from you. I am inspired by you, and I'm grateful that you've given me the opportunity to share this moment with you. And I pray to God that this will be an annual thing that we can actually do more of. So for everybody out there, happy Father's Day. We love you, appreciate you. We see you. We understand all the hard work that you're putting into your children. We understand sometimes it could be a challenge. It could be a hardship. It could be struggles to be a man in this world. You could be misunderstood, but you are not unseen. That is a fact. You know, a man's pride sometimes will get him to say all the time, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm good, while he's dying inside. And I want you to know that we are celebrating you today. So with that, Make sure you visit versatilebros.com. Make sure you visit winwithali.com. Make sure that you are tapping in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that share button. And let us know what part of this interview you enjoyed. What questions do you have for these gentlemen? And check out the comment section and the copy wherever you're watching or listening to this from, as we're going to put websites, as we're going to put social media assets, and we're going to make sure that you have the opportunity, the ability to connect. And if you're in New Jersey, Big Mike is the guy that you would want to train with. I am telling you right now, there's no one better in the actual youth sports space that can get your child ready for whatever sport that may be, whether it is soccer, basketball, football. Your son needs discipline, needs conditioning, and he is the man, the myth, and the legend all in one body. That's why he is Big Mike. We appreciate it. We love you. Until next time, I tell him peace out, everybody.
Yes,
Peace.
Welcome to I Am Velocity, the innovative learning management system designed with seamless blockchain integration. I Am Velocity supports coaches, affiliates, creators, and Velocity members in launching, building, and expanding their businesses or focusing on personal and mindset growth. With the backing of our project team and Founders Advisory Board, who bring over 300 years of combined experience in travel, business, blockchain, and smart contracts, Velocity Global offers an unparalleled educational experience. Whether you're looking to develop personally or professionally, I Am Velocity is your space to learn and thrive. And the best part is you can get started with as little as $50 one time in BNB. Explore our key features and LMS with unlimited courses in multiple languages, available to purchase via smart contract. Plus, our two-tier affiliate model ensures that every student can get paid for their referrals, leveraging blockchain technology. I Am Velocity is the perfect choice for online entrepreneurs and anyone looking for a simple way to start an online business and get paid instantly. Get $34 per student and up to 12% matching checks for your mentees. What makes I Am Velocity even better? It's an a la carte course platform that lets you pick the courses that are right for you without forcing irrelevant content. Get back to the person who shared this video with you and get started today.